Hello, my friends. Today we're learning about Basra Daf Nun Ches. So we're going to start 4 lines down Rav Beno. So Rav Beno, we learned about him before, and he was a great Amora, and that's why we're bringing him, because we mentioned him before. We have some stories about him. Not sure, he might be a Tana, I'm not sure. Rav Beno Avo Kometzayin Ma'arosa. He used to go to caves where people were buried and measure the inside of the cave, and then on the top, on the roof of the cave, he'd paint it white, that Koyanim should know that they shouldn't go there, and other people who touch there, that they should know they became Tomeh. When he came to the Ma'ara of Avram Avinu, Ashkechel Eliezer Eved Avram, he saw Eliezer, the slave of Avram, the Koi Kame Baba, there was in the entrance of the Ma'ara. Omalei Maika Ovid Avram, what is Avram doing? Omalei Gane, he's lying bekanfo in the arms, the Sarah of Sarah Imenu. The Komaini liberation, she's looking in his head. Omalei, so Rabbino told Eliezer Eved Avram, Zil Emelei Bano Koyabov, tell Avram that Rabbino wants to come in, Bano wants to come in to measure the cave, so it's uncomfortable to see someone cuddling with his wife. Omalei, so Eliezer Eved Avram told Rabbino, Leil, go away, no problem. There's no Yetzirah in the next world. That the cuddling is not mitoich taiva, that they close. There's nothing wrong for you to see that. Ayel, he went in, Ayin, he checked the side of the cave in Ofak, and he left. When he came to the Ma'ara of Adam Arishan, that's also in Hebron by Ma'aras Machpelah, because there's 4 zugas, Adam and Chava, Avram and Sarah, Yitzchok and Rivka, and Yaakov and Leah. Yotz the Baskoil from Shemaim came out of the Omer and said, Nistakalto b'dmus diyunki. You looked in the dmus of Yaakov, the Rashbam explains, who looks like Adam Arishan, like we're going to see soon. B'diyukni atzmo, for an Adam Arishan, al tistakel, don't look at him because it's too close to Hashem. It says, B'tzelem Eloikim bara oisoi. So he said, I need to go in to measure the Ma'ara of Adam Arishan. So they answered him from Shemaim, that in Ma'ara Samachpelah there's like 2 rooms. So they told him it's the same size like the Ma'ara where Avraham and Yitzchok and Yaakov are buried, so you can know the size without going inside. The other machloikis, if Ma'ara Samachpelah was 2 rooms, one inside of each other, one on top of each other. So if it's one on top of each other, it doesn't make sense what they told him. So the Gemara, so if that we agree that they told him from Shemaim, K'midas Elyoinu, like the top one, Kach Midas Tachtoinu, it's the same size, and therefore you don't have to measure it. Omar Rabbano, Nistakalti, I looked B'shnei Akevov, I looked at the bottom of the feet, the akev of the feet of Adam Arishan, V'doimim, and they seem like Lishnei Galgalei Chamot, like two suns, like the sun in the day, the sun that shines in the sky was so bright. And says the Gemara, Akoil b'fnei Sarah, everyone compared to Sarah Imenu kikoy b'fnei Adam, it's like comparing the beauty of a monkey compared to a person. A man's much more beautiful. So also Sarah is much more beautiful than all other people. Sarah b'fnei Chava, if you compare Sarah and compared to Chava, kikoy b'fnei Adam, she's like a monkey compared to a person. Chava b'fnei Adam, if you look at Chava compared to Adam Arishon, kikoy b'fnei Adam is like a monkey in front of a person. Basically, Adam Arishan was a very, very beautiful human. Adam b'fnei Shechina, and Adam Arishan in front of the Shechina, kikoy b'fnei Adam is like a monkey compared to a human. Said the Gemara, Shufri, the beauty of the Rav Kahana, Me'in Shufri, is a little bit of the beauty of the Rav Avod. I mean, the Rav Avod was much more beautiful. Rav Kahana looked a bit beautiful like him. Shufri, the Rav Avod, the beauty of Rav Avod, Me'in Shufri, the Yaakov Avinu, is a bit of the beauty that Yaakov Avinu had. And Shufri the Yaakov Avinu, the beauty of Yaakov Avinu, Me'en Shufri is a bit of the beauty of the Adam Arishan. So the Gemara, Awam Gusha was a mechashef. He used to go, I think, steal the clothes from the mason. But he used to go dig up kvarim. He would go into kvarim. Kimota Marosa the Rav Tuvi Bar Masna, when he came to the Ma'ara where Rav Tuvi Bar Masna was buried, Tafse Bedikne, Rav Tuvi Bar Masna grabbed this person in his beard. Osa Abai was a friend of this Mechashef. Omar Leithi asked Tuvi Bar Masna, B'metusa Minoch, I beg you, Shavke, leave him. So he left him. L'shon Rachriti, another year, Oda Asa, he came again to the same grave, he didn't learn his lesson. Tafse Bedikne, he caught him again in his beard. Osa Abai, came Abai, Loi Shavke, so Rav TV, who was passed away, didn't leave this Mechashev at the Isaac Misper until he brought scissors, the Gaziel Dikne, and he had to cut his beard to disconnect him from him grabbing him in his beard. This person who said, Chavita da'af for a barrel of earth lechad borei, I want to give to, let's say, Reuven, my son. Chavita de garmi, a barrel full of bones lechad borei, to the other son. Chavita de udra, of cloth lechad borei, to another son of mine. Loi ave yodi my and he passed away, and no one understood what he meant. My Omalu, what did he mean? Also, they came in front of Benoy. Omalu explained, he asked them, Islechu Aryeh, you have land? Omrulein, they said yes. He asked them, Islechu Chayusa, you have animals? He left animals in, they said yes. Islechu Bastoki, did he leave clothes? In, they said yes. They said, Yochi, if so, Ochi Kamaluchu, this is what he meant. Reuven will get the earth, meaning the ground. Shimon will get the bones, meaning the animals, and Levi will get the cloth, meaning the clothes. Au Gavra, this person, the Shomal Debitayu, you heard his wife, the Ka'omer Lebarta, telling his daughter, why when you do naughty stuff with men, you don't hide it? Why did everyone know about it? Ach, she said about herself, me myself, this woman said about herself, Asara Boni Isla, I have 10 kids, 10 boys, and only one of them is for my husband. But no one knows about it. I keep it a secret. Only all the other ones I did znus. Kishochi, when the husband died and he overheard this conversation that his wife was Mizana and only one of his 10 kids is really his. Omalu, he said to them, Kol nechsai, all my nechosim lechad bar. Should go only to one child. And he didn't say to which child, because I suppose he himself didn't know which child was his. Lo yadi lehei minayu. They didn't know who should get all the Yerusha. Also, he came in front of Rabbeinu. Omalu, he told them, Zilu, chavutu, go bang, cover the avuchon, go bang on the cave of your father, adekoi, till he exposes himself, and he'll tell you who he wanted to give the Yerusha to. And he'll tell you, lehei minayu, from which one of you Shavke he left his Yerusha. Ozlu Kulu, all of them went to bang on the keva. Oh, the Bray have the one that was really the son. Loi Ozal, he didn't go because he wasn't a mamza. Mamza have a chutzpah. They were not embarrassed to go bang on the keva. But this one who wasn't a mamza didn't want to go bang on the keva. Didn't feel respectful for his father. Omar Lahu, Sir Bernard told him, Kulu nichse dahai. All the Yerusha goes to the one who never wanted to bang on the keva because it's a proof. It's like Mishpat Shloima type of thing that he's the real son. Ozlu ochlu kurze b'malka. They snitched on Rabbeinu by the king. Amri, they said, Ike Gavra, the Chad B'Yudo, there's one Jewish person, the Komafik Memoina that takes away money, me'anshi from people, Beloi Saadi, without Eidim, Uveloi Midi, with nothing. He just takes our money just on his own assumption. Asur, so the king took him, Chavshu, and they put him in jail. Ozlo de Bitayu, his wife of Rabbeinu, went and she did a trick. Omer Lahu, she told the people who were guarding Rabbeinu, Avdechad Aveli, I had one slave, Poskul, they cut his head off, Uposhtule Moshcha, and they took off his skin, Vachlu Bisra, and they ate his meat, V'komolum Beimaya, and with the skin they filled it up with water, Mashki Belechavre, and they gave people to drink from the water. And no one paid me domil money, not the payment for this slave. They never understood the gods, or they never understood what is this lady talking about. What is she talking about? Amri, they said, let's bring this Rabbeinu, who's the Chacham of the Jews, the layman, he'll explain us what this woman wants. Karyu, Rabbeinu, they called him. Amalahu, so he told them, oh, you know what she means? Zarnuka. She doesn't really mean a slave, a human slave. She means a goat, that they stole her goat and shechted it and ate the meat and took the skin to use it as to hold water. Zarnuka Amurlechu. Amri, so the God said, "Oh, the Chacham Kulahai." The Rabbanah is really a Chacham. He understood something that no one could understand. Leisiv abova. Let's put him on the entrance. V'nidin dayan. He should be the dayan. Chazadav kosi bavula. You saw that it says on the entrance, on the doors. Kol dayan. Anyone who's a dayan, dimitkari ledin, who the dayan himself is taken to court. Lo yishmei dayan. He can't be a dayan. Because if they take him to court, he's obviously not a straightforward person, so he can't be a dayan. Amar lehu, so Rabbanah told them, Elo me'ato, if so, ose inish me'alma, a person will come, umazmin ledine, pasle. Doesn't make sense. Let's say we have a dayan who's a very holy, straight person, and he's paskening in a din. So the person who doesn't want to lose is going to go be toigaz dayan about something else, and then he can't be a dayan, and then he's going to save himself. Does this make any sense? Elo, so Rabbanah told him we need to change the saying a little bit. Kol dayan dimitkari ledin. Any dayan who was in a court case himself, and they took away money from him, that means we paskin, the best in paskin against this dayan, bedin, lav shmei dayan, he's not a good dayan, because if he's a ganev type of thing, he'll also take shoichat. Kosvu ochi, so they added on to the saying that was said over there on the doors, Baram, but Sabidu Yudoi, the old Jewish person said, Amri, he said like what he said, called dayan dimiskari, any dayan who is called to Bezdin, mafkinim minim almoine bedin, and in Bezdin they took away money from him, I mean he was wrong. Lo yishmei dayan, he's not dayan. Chaz, he saw that the that was said over there, Barosh kol musa, all what causes all deaths, and odam is blood, because you don't take out blood on time. In the olden days they take out blood and it's healthy, and they said the reason why people die is because they don't take out the blood on time. Rosh kol chaim, what causes all people to stay alive is anochamar, is wine. So he told them, Elamata, does this make sense? The nofel me'igra of a may, someone who falls off the roof and dies. The nofel mediklu may, someone who falls off a palm tree and dies. Domakatle, is it because he didn't take out the blood? He died because he fell off a 5-story building. The two. And more so, man de darke lemeimas, someone who's nearly dying, someone who's on his deathbed. Mashkule chamer v'chai, if you give him wine, he'll get better. Doesn't make sense, the saying what it says over here on the wall. This is what it should be saying. Rosh kol marin, what causes all the illnesses, anodam, is the blood, that if you don't take out the blood on time. Rosh kol asvon, what makes everyone better, is anochamer, is wine. Kosvu ochi, they added on the saying on the wall, and they wrote, Bram, but Sabidi Yudoi, the old Jewish person, Amri, said, Barosh kol marin anodam, what causes most illnesses is blood, not taking out on time. Barosh kol asvan, what causes everyone to get better, anochamar, is wine. Ba'ata deleis chamar, tamon, if there's no wine somewhere, mitbal samonim, that's where you need medicine, because you don't have wine. See, it says, apitcha, on the entrance of the kupitkia, it's a place, the anfak, anbag, antal, they're all the same size, they're all the same measurement. It's like saying a liter and a different measurement, and a different measurement is all the same measurement, the same size. The ezu antal, what's the size of an antal? The revis shel Torah, that's the size of a revis from the Torah. When we say in Dalet Koisus, you need to drink a revis. Says the Mishnah, a marziv is, you have the gutter all along the ceiling, and then at the end of the gutter you have a small pipe going to take away the water further away from the wall, and then it pours into the neighbor's field, chotzer. So you have here Reuven, who has a wall or a house, and it's on the edge of Shimon's chotzer, and he has a gutter going all the way, and then the marzev is a piece that goes out at the end of the gutter towards the chotzer of Shimon. A marzev ain't a chazaka, there's no chazaka on it. If it's there, Shimon can tell you move it. We'll see in the Gemara exactly. But the place, if it has a chazaka, and the Gemara is going to explain what that means. We have 3 pshatim. A maschela is a gutter itself that's connected to the wall. Yeshle chazaka does have a chazaka. If Reuven has it for 3 years, Shimon can't say, take it away, it's bothering me. No, Reuven Kataina, you moichel me, you sold it to me, you gave it to me as a present, the right to do it here. Haraya, I've been here for 3 years. Sulam Amitri, that's a small ladder, if you put in your friend's chotzer, ain't a chazaka, because he let you put it once, it doesn't mean he always lets you put it. Ulatsuri, that's a big ladder, yesh le chazaka, if he lets you put it once, it means it's something that bothers him, it's a big ladder, it means that he let you do it. Chaloin Amitri is a small window, ain't a chazaka, there's no chazaka. Latsuris, and the it's a big window, yesh le chazaka. If you open a window, a small window to your friend's chotzer, there's no chazaka. If it's a big window, there's a chazaka. Either chaloina mitzvus, what's considered a small window? Kol she'ein roishe shel adam yochel lichones etoicha. If a head of a person can't fit in the window, that's not considered it's not big enough window. That's considered something that your friend has to make a mecha about it. Rabbi Yehuda Oima, im yesh malben, if there's around the window like a wood on top and underneath, like a door has, even if the head of a person can't fit inside, that is considered a chazaka, because that's already something permanent. Tell more my marziv. My marziv ain't chazaka b'ishlim koim chazaka. It doesn't make sense. Does it have chazaka or does it not have chazaka? Omar Yehuda Omar Shmuel Ochika Omar Marziv ain't chazaka murach achas v'ishlim koim chazaka mishtei ruchos. Meaning, Reuven has this gata, and at the end of the gata he has a little pipe that goes into towards Shimon's chotza, and Shimon wants him to move him. So when it says ain't chazaka, that means Shimon could force Reuven to cancel it, but he can't cancel it totally. That means Reuven could put it on the other side of the gata. At the other side of the wall, let's say on the east, he could put it on the west, but he has a right to keep it there, but he could force him to move the place. Rav Chanina Omar, different pshat. Amar zeveinu chazoko, meaning she'imo yorich mikatzroi. That means if the gutter and then the piece that goes into Shimon's chotza was long, so Shimon could force Reuven to make it shorter. Means not like what we said before, they could force him to move it from side to side. No, you can't force him to move it at all from that location. All you can force him is to make it shorter. Meaning that we said that this piece that comes out the gutter, there's no chazaka, it means that Shimon had the right to build underneath it. That means Reuven really has a proper chazaka on this piece of pipe coming out, but underneath it, he doesn't have a chazaka, meaning Shimon could build underneath it. When it says yesh le'mekoyme chazaka, it means shim bola oikroi, ein oikroi. That if you want to build so high that Reuven will have to cut that piece of pipe off. No, he can't. Reuven has chazaka, total chazaka on this pipe. We learned in the Mishnah, it says that but it says that's the gutter itself, not the pipe that comes out at the end. It has a chazaka. So the first two pshatim, that means that Shimon could force Reuven to move it or shorten it. Shapir. It makes sense that Amara said there's no chazaka, but the maschela there is chazaka, and you can't make it move it, make it shorter, move it at all whatsoever. That even by a marzev, Shimon could build underneath it, and by Reuven, you can't force in any way Reuven to move it or to make it shorter. Why by maschela? If so, it means that maschela Shimon can't even build underneath the maschela. Why not? Why can't he build underneath Reuven's gata? So the Gemara Ocha b'maschela shel binyan askina. It's talking about that the gata is made out of rock. The Omale Shimon. Reuven could tell Shimon, I don't want you to build underneath it because it's going to make my gutter that's made out of rock weak, and I don't want you to make it weak. And since I've been here 3 years, I have a chazaka to have it, and you can't ruin it now. Masha'inkin marzev that comes out, the Rashbam explains, the marzev was normally made out of wood, so then you can't have the taina that you're making my marzev weaker, and therefore Shimon is allowed to build underneath the marzev. We should hear Pseris Tovis B'Koreg Mamish. Amen.